What's going on, guys? Eric here, driver lineup formerly. I'm sitting at a rest area on the you can't really tell, on the car side. Not in a truck, on the car side. I've been to this rest area a few times in a truck, but over here on the car side, I don't remember the last time I've been in a rest area on the passenger vehicle side, which is kind of funny. I'm killing some time because we bought a 2019 Ford Flex, which I love it. I love this vehicle. I've never been a Ford guy. I've always been a Jeep guy, like almost my whole life. And of course, with the baby coming, you have to get more of a family vehicle. But I feel like Ford Flex is kind of like in between. It's not a mom van, but it's not a small vehicle either. It's a really long vehicle. Anyway, this one's pretty badass. It's a white Ford Flex with a black top and black rims. Pretty sweet. But I'm still licensed in Texas. So a lot of you know that we are not, because Texas allows you to be nomadic. So before we were truck drivers, we lived in an RV and traveled in an RV. So Texas allows, like if you just roam the country, Texas allows you to continue having residency in Texas. So I still have a Texas CDL. And the irony is we would really like to move back to Texas. I mean, we'd like to like permanently be in Texas. I think our nomadic time is coming to an end. So, you know, we've had a crash pad kind of in Missouri while running the trucking company, because it was so convenient, because we're in and out of Springfield so often. So kind of everything's up in the air. But anyway, because we bought this vehicle, I needed to get it registered in Texas, and Texas has always allowed me to do everything online. It'll allow me to renew my CDL, send in my medical card, all that good, you know, do all online, renew vehicle registration and all that. But apparently you cannot online register a new vehicle in Texas, which means that yesterday morning, we actually bought this vehicle on the 15th. And yesterday morning, it dawned, like the dealership gave us a 2-month tag because they knew that it was going to have to be registered in Texas. So they gave us a 2-month tag. So I assumed we had 60 days. And we have our baby, which, by the way, her appointment, for those of you who want to know, is this coming weekend. So that baby is being stubborn, man. He is being stubborn, but it's his time. It's his time this weekend. So, you know, it kind of got, okay, well, now we know when he's being evicted, shall we say, from his current home. There's going to be a lot of pressure after that. I need to call Texas and figure out what's going on with this vehicle. So I called Texas and they're like, yeah, you got 30 days. And if you don't do it in 30 days, you start getting penalties and all that kind of crap. So it's like, okay, well, and not only do you just have 30 days, you have to be in the county that you are licensed in. You can't just go anywhere in Texas. So I couldn't cheat and just go over the line somewhere where Texas, Arkansas, and Oklahoma meet. I couldn't just go to any county. I have to go to the county that I reside in, which is down by Houston, which is where I'm at right now. Which sucks because that was 600 miles. So yesterday morning, you know, I'm starting work. I got all my computers fired up. I'm working on some things. I got a lot going on right now. And And it was like within 15 minutes, like, okay, well, I guess I'm driving to Houston. So yesterday I drove 600 miles. And this morning, I stayed at a hotel last night, and this morning I realized that I have to get a vehicle inspection, and I'm 30 minutes early. They're not open yet. So killing some time at this rest area. But I was telling Jenna last night, I don't know what it is. I actually had this conversation with someone a couple months ago about how drives in cars, for some reason to me, are, once you adjust to driving a truck, driving long distances in cars to me can be way more laborious and difficult. Because I used to drive like 500-600 miles every night in my truck, and it didn't faze me, you know. But driving 600 miles yesterday in a car, man, that was tough. Like the last 100 miles, I was just not in the game, you know. Now, of course, I can go a lot faster, especially since Arkansas and Texas has 75-mile-per-hour speed limits everywhere, so I can go a lot faster than I can go in a truck. But man, and I got to do it again today. I have to go register this vehicle and then drive back to Missouri today. So it's a pain in the butt. But anyway, so I just want to check in with you guys and let you know there's been a lot of questions. I want to answer a couple of those real quick for you, and I'm already 7 minutes into it. I've just blathered on about nonsense for the first 6 minutes of this. But there's been a lot of questions about running a fleet with Prime if I'm not driving. And yes, you can run a fleet with Prime if you're not driving. So I saw a whole bunch of comments on my last video. I told you guys I'm no longer OTR, and I'm loving it, by the way. Loving it. So good. And I've got so many amazing things happening that are way, way better than I ever had to drive in a truck. So, but anyway, that'll be for future videos. But so I am going to be talking to my fleet manager today. In my last video, I said that I was probably going to run a load like once a month just to maintain my Prime status. I'm probably not going to do that. So I will not have a purple card. I will not be a Prime driver. I will not be authorized to drive a Prime truck, which is kind of a, you know, I'm a little sad about it, because it's been such an adventure and such an amazing journey, and has opened up so many doors and opportunities and taught me so much. But like I said in my last video, my heart is not in it. I just have no interest in it anymore. And part of that's the fact that there's a baby coming. A big part of it is that when I got into trucking, it was based on Jenna being with me on the journey. Like that was the deal, you know, from the very beginning. Now, she wasn't going to drive from the very beginning. She was going to ride with me, but that was going to be our journey together. And of course, when we got pregnant, you know, it just, I never rebounded from it. If you guys know, you go back 7 months, you know, on my channel, there was, you could tell that I was struggling with it. And I thought, okay, you know, I'll be able to rebound. I'll be able to have a new strategy, new plan. And I never rebounded from that. From when she got off the truck, like I thought that I could manage it I thought I could do it with me on the road and her at home. That was not the case. And I just lost interest when it wasn't a journey of her and I as a team, whether she's driving or not. then it just wasn't for me, you know. So to answer some of the questions, one of the big ones is about running a fleet. And there were a lot of comments of people saying, well, why don't you offer your truck to somebody else or see if someone will take over? No, I have no interest in, like, I'm buying my trucks, okay? You guys don't understand. Like, I want to own my trucks. Okay, I have 3 trucks. And I don't want anyone to take over the payments. I don't want any of that. I want to continue running my fleet. The fleet is, I want to own those trucks. What I'll do with them when I own them, I don't know. Right now, you can sell them for a boatload of money. I may continue to run them. I don't know. But I'm not. It was odd to me that there were so many comments of people trying to give me an out. And it's like, what are you talking about? I don't want an out. I don't want to get out of my lease purchases. Like, those are my trucks and I want them. So I'm going to continue running the trucks, but I will be walking away from Prime as an authorized driver, and I'll no longer be a Prime driver. So that's going to be happening. And then the second question that I've gotten a lot of is, do I not like driving? Do I not like Prime? That's not the case at all. Like, what I was just explaining is really the core of, that's really what it comes down to, is that if it can't be a team adventure for Jenna and I, then it's not what I signed up for. And it can't be. So, you know, I thought I could do it without her, and I just don't want to. I don't want to not be with her, you know. It's really what it comes down to. So anyway, so I do appreciate that a lot of, yes, I am full-time crypto right now, and it is cool as F, man. Let me just say, I'll talk about it in the future on this channel. So I'm going to be making some changes to this channel. I will occasionally talk about the fleet and trucking. And I'm just going to be talking about stuff that's going on in my life, you know. Try to keep it relevant, interesting, and entertaining to you guys. I'm not shutting the channel down, but it is going to go through some dramatic changes because my life is going through some dramatic changes, and I want to bring a lot of you along for the journey. A lot of you aren't going to want to go. That's fine. If you're here just to watch videos about the struggles of a Prime driver, it may be not the kind of content that you're used to. But hopefully it's still interesting to you, especially those who've been subscribed for a long time and just like to kind of watch this journey. It'll continue on. So anyway, I got to work on a new intro. I got to work on a new exit. I don't want to put my driver code. My driver code is no longer any good. So for the couple of you trolls that were like, he's just going to run this low because all he cares about is referrals, I'm giving that up, man. I don't, this channel was never designed to be just about driver referrals. You know, I've been called a referral channel before, whatever. But you know, look, to give you some proof of that, referrals pay me like probably about $4,000 to anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 a month. That, I'm just being honest with you guys. This channel generates a lot of money from referrals, and I'm walking away from that by choice. So it is what it is. So hopefully that's proof to you that that this is not just a referral channel. That was just a side effect. It was an amazing side effect that I never planned for. But I want to continue doing the channel even without the referrals, just because I enjoy sharing the journey. So hopefully you guys will continue coming along. I hope to be able to be doing more updates. I've just been really, really busy kind of transitioning into my new business, which I'm just in love with. And it's amazing. It's more amazing than I ever could have asked for. It's perfect. So we'll be talking more about that in this channel. But anyway, thank you guys for helping me kill some time. in response to the comments, yes, this is a Cardano hat. There were a couple of you in the last video who knew what it was. For those of you who know crypto, I am diehard Cardano. Cardano blockchain. I'm doing a lot of work on the Cardano blockchain. I'm actually minting blocks on the chain. I run a stake pool. The stake pool that I run has almost $1 million worth of crypto staked to it. Not my money, but just a whole bunch of people that are staking to it, and that pool is minting blocks right now. I think we've minted like 2 blocks to the blockchain, which is pretty amazing. But anyway, it's a Cardano logo. So more on that soon. Thank you guys so much. Be safe, make good decisions, and as always, drive to thrive. Talk to you soon.